me. Feed me more. Feed me more. The Ryback Show starts now.
Welcome to the Ryback Show Monday Live. I am the big guy Ryback. Thank you for joining me. We are streaming live on TikTok and Instagram. The big guy Ryback 22 on those platforms. As always, Ryback TV on YouTube, Ryback Rules on Twitch, and Ryback on Twitter, Periscope. This podcast, this show is brought to you by Feed Me More Nutrition, available on feedmemore.com and Amazon. But you can save 20% from listening to this show on feedmemore.com with discount code Ryback Show 20, Ryback Show 20. Save 20% on your order. We also have text message and email deals you can sign up for one message a week for exclusive discounts. And we give you 25% off if you sign up for each one of those, guys, as well. We got a spin and win wheel where you could save up to 35% by participating in the free contest. You can win a free gym bag, a free half-gallon jug, along with your order for some freebies. And we're also giving away a free black Feed Me More Nutrition Hungry Shaker bottle, premium shaker bottle, all month of August with your orders. Just select the free gift after you add an item to your cart, and that shaker bottle will be included. So check all of that out, guys. Premium supplement sweetened with stevia and monk fruit. No artificial sweeteners, no artificial colors, vegan friendly for men and women. Feed Me More Nutrition, feedmemore.com. Boy, you would think I've never said that before. Good to see everybody. Yeah, babe, wake up. The Ryback Show's on. Good to see all of you guys today. Running all around. Another workout at Feed Me More Fitness today. Back, hand grips, shrugs for traps, and some weighted jump rope. And I got to go do a bunch of scar tissue work. There's one particular area, like I said, there's 3 trigger points on my shoulder. The front, which has already started going, the front is going to take care of itself, not worried. With a few more treatments, I think we're good. Because we got a lot of it this past week, last few weeks. So, and with all the dry needling, there's one particular area on my bottom left where my scapula is stuck to scar tissue. And I feel it when I do certain movements, specifically on back and shoulders, and it causes the grinding as well on certain movements. So, and I've broken up a ton of it. I mean, this scar tissue is everywhere. I mean, I can't really describe it to people. But I had to like unglue it and tear it away with a softball. And that's what I'll go be doing. And I didn't go to bed until it was almost 1 o'clock. It was 12:45 a.m. I was on that softball. I went upstairs at 10 something, got ready for bed really quickly, and was on that softball the rest of the time. So that's not counting all the time I did it throughout the day in between my stuff. So I'm pretty exhausted, not going to lie. It's just as far and exhausted in the sense of this routine, but this is at this stage of the game, it's all work, and we're doing it. So here we are, and eventually I'll be home free. And I was talking to Andrew Locke on Instagram, and he's just like, he goes, we all see it coming. It's like the lava, making its way down. It's gonna eventually return to a point, and like it's just like. But he was just saying, like, I mean, it's a slow, methodical process, but like we could all see it. And I was like, no, it's happening. So it has been a slow process, but I told some people, I go, well, this also has never been done before. So it's all great things take time sometimes, and we're doing it. Oh, I'm not exhausted in the sense that I'm tired. I'm exhausted in spending hours of my day on a softball. I don't think I can't stress that. I don't get tired. It's strenuous and stressful and exhausting and just continue, but it's my life and it's important, and it's allowing me a lot of great things. So I'm thankful for the process, but How's everyone's have you ever heard of this trend of celebrities saying they don't like to shower every day and think it isn't necessary? Your thoughts on the subject? Yeah, Justin. So I saw that The Rock came out and like made a statement on his showering habits, and I didn't really understand. I go, that's odd. I just assumed we all showered that had access to it at least once a day. I told you guys I'm a 2 shower a day guy. I get from in the morning after I not right when I get up, I do all my morning work, have the dogs downstairs, and do the softball after I get done with some of the morning work, or usually do the hot tub and cold tub, maybe jump in the pool. That's usually sometimes 2 days in a row. Then I'll take a day off, or I'll do every other day, just so I'm not in the sun too much. But yeah, I've never heard of like a thing of celebrities like not showering, but I mean it makes sense. Like, some of those people look rough. Like I'm always been very. I shave my head every other day. I brush and floss. Uh, at least floss once a night, at least before going to bed. Brush twice a day though. Mouthwash all throughout the day. I've got mouthwash in every. I've got a fairly large house and a lot of rooms. I have mouthwash in probably every room in this house, bathroom, everything. In my laundry room, I buy a big economy thing of the Tom's mouthwash. I've always just had that around after a meal, a mouthwash. So I would say that does not apply to me on that. But I mean, I guess I would see more like Hollywood actors that go like on the drug binges that look like just death. They look like some of them. You're just like, geez, you can tell too when they've got the neck beards where they haven't shaved. And I just think I go, man, laziness. But it is everyone's different on that, so that doesn't apply to me. And again, that's not that counting people that don't have access to showers, and that's a whole other subject, right? That's not just. But celebrities, I've never really knew that was a thing, but it makes sense, I guess. Hey, Ryback, I see you drink black hot coffee. Do you like black iced coffee? Is there a difference? Uh, I don't know that as far as if you get an iced black coffee, I think it's just a black coffee on ice. I've always drank my coffee hot. I don't I not to say I wouldn't drink a cold coffee if that was all that was available and I just wanted the caffeine, but I enjoy taking the little sips, having a nice hot coffee, not too hot though, where I'm, sipping it, but just where I could take a nice little swig, sit back, put out my big guy chest, and have a good time. But I'm not an iced coffee guy. They've given it to me on ice before, and if I go to like a random Starbucks, I'm pretty specific with my order now. Large black coffee, hot, 2 ice cubes. And before I used to not say hot, and then every once in a while a worker would think that like they couldn't understand the 2 ice cubes, and they would just give me an iced coffee and like, but I'll know when they ring it up because they charge more for a large iced coffee, and I believe because venti is for 20 in Italian, but the venti iced coffee is 24 ounces, so it doesn't make any sense. But at least for the large, if you order a venti, it's for the 20-ounce hot. But I always go large because a large is a large is a large is a large anywhere. I go large. Good to see all of you guys. Hopefully no spammers in here today. I don't want to have to shell shock anybody. Okay, and I can already see best of the best. You're out of here. You just got shell shocked down a pit of spikes. Your skull through the pit of spikes. Done. No need for that. Would I ever do workout tutorials for beginners in the new gym? No, but what I will do is pay people to have all that included on my website once I'm back wrestling. I'm going to have a very interactive website when I'm back, and I probably won't be involved in any of it. But it will be my ideas. I just don't care to be. I would rather just hire people to do that. I don't like doing the fitness stuff. I don't. Ragna says, do you want to start a family? I do have a family. I've got my dogs. I take care of my mother. She lives at the apartment suite of the house. And eventually, I'm sure there will be a at some point when the right one. a female, Mrs. Ryback, but probably not married. I don't believe in the laws of marriage where men can lose everything. And I've seen too many people. I just question a lot of what we have in place. Jabroni for life. Seeing people in the crowd on Raw is throwing me off. It's definitely, wrestling's a lot better with people, though. That's for sure. Appreciate everybody on TikTok. Go to my WWE announcer SummerSlam video on TikTok as well. Guys, we need to get that. We have got it bumped up a bit. We need that to take off. I need to get that into 6 figures and ultimately into 7 figures on TikTok. We do it on so many other videos. Get that WWE announcer video. Like it, share it, duet it. Guys, we need to get that out there. I'm counting on you, TikTok. I'm wearing the gray shirt. Just scroll down a little bit. I'm announcing the Roman Reigns John Cena match. Let's get that video going viral. I'm also on TikTok. We are quickly approaching 1.5 million. I am right on Lana's heels. I am soon to become the second most followed pro wrestler on TikTok, behind only The Rock. And I have no doubt when I'm his age, my followers will be higher than his at his age. But we can't count what he's at when I'm at that age. So I need you guys. He's by far, he's got the biggest following on all the platforms, but and I joke around a lot. But legit, I'm gonna be number 2, and it's a fact. And that says a lot with everything going on. So, and I'm going to continue to do all this when I'm back, and those numbers are really, really going to pick up, getting some mainstream TV behind me. Oh, Jay, definitely make money. Yeah, TikTok's not crazy right now, but I joined the creator thing, so I got to wait and see. I just got approved for that finally last month. So I'll see what the TikTok creator fund. From everything I've heard, I don't think it's anything crazy, but it is another revenue stream. But there are on TikTok the coins or the diamonds that people give me for every live video that I do. And so that little stuff, that adds up. You leave that in there for a while, but I mean, it's nothing serious. YouTube is through the ad revenue and super chats is fairly decent. Used to be a lot better until everything kind of took a hit at the beginning of 2020 on this channel. But still acceptable for a revenue stream. But Feed Me More Nutrition is everything as far as my bread and butter on that. And then everything else is just extra, essentially. But I get to do and I can increase my YouTube a bit if I were to do a little bit of the crazier videos. And there's no doubt in my mind I could actually really do that. It's not worth the health risk to me, though. I enjoy what I do. I have fun. I try to have a little bit of entertainment, inspiration, try to make people laugh and give you some informative stuff from little health tidbits on things that have helped me. So, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So yeah, I could always step it up and do crazier things, but I don't think that's doesn't fit into my goals. Like at the end of the day, going back to pro wrestling and doing everything I'm doing is what makes me happy. So thank you very much for sharing and liking the TikTok video, guys. I don't know if you could share it, but at least like it, get it going. Have a good night. Thank you for swinging by. Brian asked, how many more YouTube subscribers do you need to get the YouTube award? We need a lot. So the 100,000 is a silver play award. I got that right away. I got that really, really quickly. And that was in 2019, I believe. We got that, and we're up to 352,000 here now. And 1 million is the Golden Play Award. So we're a ways off on that. I mean, the channel was growing at a rate where it was going to be done in a matter of a few years, and then all of that has slowed down. I went from, I think at its peak, it was like 50, 60, or 70,000. It was something crazy. The peak month I had is it kept building up of new subscribers. And whereas now the monthly average is between 8,000 and 10,000, and sometimes it even dips down to 6,000 to 7,000. So that's a way slower pace. But then I've had it pick up where I've got it back up to 20-something thousand randomly for a month. So I guess there's no rhyme or reason. Uh-oh, we got the other spammer here. Got to shell shock him out of here. Sorry about that, guys. You want to see Ryback in a Fast and Furious movie? I think I'd do very well in that. I obviously think I have the look and the voice to do a lot of things like that, but I enjoy my life and what I'm doing, and my goal has always been to get my health back with all of this. So I have a question, and I was thinking about this earlier because there's a lot of debate from people with the vaccine. And I see a lot of hate from the people that are vaccinated, and not necessarily towards me, but just in general. And I'm pro-choice on all of this. I always have been. And I've not been a vaccine guy. I don't get sick. I'm not around people anyway. So I haven't got COVID. I've been tested more times than the majority of people, right? But my question is, if you get vaccinated, and I've seen the different statistics on the amount of people that have been vaccinated, and you're vaccinated, and you've made that decision, and the people that don't want to get vaccinated have made their decision. And the vaccination helps the people with that choose to get it, whether they have a compromised immune systems or it's just by their choice of wanting to get it for protection, that they are more protected from if they catch the virus, which they can still catch it and still spread it just the same, that it lessens the effects of the virus, right? So my question is, why do you care about what non-vaccinated people are doing if everyone can spread the virus? And people, you got to remember, the non-vaccinated, you have a lot of healthy, strong people where it's a blip on the radar for them, right? Where their immune systems build the natural antibodies, everything's fine. And it's their choice, but it's their choice. And all the people that have chosen to get the vaccine have gotten it because it's available now. So why do the vaccinated people care so much what the non-vaccinated people are doing? That's my question. And I look at this, I go, is it because the government is threatening shutdowns and lockdowns and things that they shouldn't be doing to begin with, and they're making people fight amongst people when that's never should have been the case, right? And my thing is, if you're a vaccinated person, why do you care if a person made a decision not to get it and died? Why do you care? Because the people that are vaccinated are protected now. So that's my question. Because even if everyone's vaccinated, the virus can still spread, still get it. There's no question about that. It doesn't stop the spread of it. Does anyone have a good, solid answer for me on that? I'm very open, receptive to hearing it, without name calling or anything, because a lot of the people that are vaccinated, I see go right to insults and non-facts right away. So this is okay, here we go. So take care of susceptible people around you. I live with my grandma and it sucks. She has to be careful to where she goes. So my question is, does your grandma have the vaccine? And if she does, what does it matter? Because if you got it, I understand you getting it, but the deal, you can still spread it whether you get it or not. But the thing is, okay, we have somebody that's compromised where the vaccine will do good, right? So if she gets the vaccine, it doesn't matter if somebody's vaccinated or not vaccinated. And why would that matter? These are questions I want people to think about because it's very logical, common sense stuff that I think a lot of people are bypassing. Exactly. So Thomas, yeah, you're vaccinated and you don't care if non-vaccinated people don't get it. I wonder why they don't, but I'm not here to judge. So I'm not vaccinated. I haven't got any vaccines outside of whatever they gave me when I was a kid. And that was it. Never got any of the flu vaccines, nothing. I haven't been sick in over 9 years. I've learned to strengthen my immune system. I'm very confident in that. I see a vaccine that has not been approved for long-term use. It's approved for emergency use. There's a lot of questions. I've seen people go on Rogan's podcast that have side effects that get put on other medications. So why would I take a risk for something I don't believe I need to take a risk for when the people that need it
have the choice to go get it to protect themselves when the vaccine does not stop the spread of the virus. So that's what I want people to think about, because I see a lot of hate, and you're smart because you're not spreading hate. Because my thing is, say I got the vaccine and Tom over there didn't want to get the vaccine and Tom died. That's his choice. Why are we not respecting that? But the thing is, the majority of people aren't dying. And I think that's a very important part of this as well. But a lot of people are afraid to have a conversation because people that are getting vaccinated, here's my thoughts on it. I think a lot of people that are getting vaccinated, besides being brainwashed by the media and different things, I believe they're insecure about their choice. And they selfishly want everyone to get it in case something goes wrong for whatever reason, whether it's true or not. I believe they want everyone to have it for that reason, so that they're not alone in their choice. That's just my thoughts. Yeah, and I mean, everyone's going to have their reason for getting the vaccine, and that's why I'm pro-choice. You make a decision based off your health and what you think. But my thing is, it's not like the people that they don't have access to it now. So you can't point the blame at non-vaccinated people. That's their choice. So if non-vaccinated people are being hospitalized and die, that is a choice they made. So why do you care? You've never cared about anything else but why do you care? Because they're telling you to care? Exactly, Brian. You get it. It's our choice, our life. And there's a lot of people that have strong, healthy immune systems that don't need to take any risk. They don't need to. And they're not bad people for not taking risk. But we've made this into a thing where we're trying to make people think that non-vaccinated, healthy, strong people that choose not to get it, that they are part of the problem. And that is not the case, because the vaccinated have been vaccinated and you're safe and protected based off what they are telling you. And exactly, that's another thing, the lack of information of natural immunity that they are not putting out. That is a very, very real thing. There's a lot of unanswered questions, and that's why a lot of people are angry and not vaccinated as well. Now, I'm all for it. Like, again, your choice. But, if you're somebody that's not healthy and you don't, and, maybe you are better off getting it. I don't know. But I think the lack of information on nutrition and supplementation, along with all of this to strengthen the immune system, there's so many red flags with what is going on. And these are things that need to be talked about. But rather, it's not, but they've created a hate amongst people to distract people. And I ask myself, why have they done that? Let's see. I got to get you. I'm going to pull you up on the main screen here. Franco Deal. Where'd that super chat go? There it is. Get you up. Super chats always get put on the screen, guys. Would a company holding a mandatory vaccination stance deter you from negotiating with that company? I'm seeing corporate companies headed to it. Yeah, I would simply have the conversation I'm having with you guys, and I would try to get a very thorough understanding of why. I don't think that should be something that should be, and that's not something I have to deal with right now, and hopefully never will have to. But there's a lot of weird things going on. I don't think forcing people to get an emergency vaccine, or emergency approved vaccine with no long-term studies, I don't think that should be a thing. I don't think it's fair to people. And it's not even about, and if the people that get it, they're protected. Because if a non-vaccinated person, like I said, the risk of spreading it is no different. And they're not putting that data out there as well, because they know. And because it makes too much sense. And then people will be like, well, why are we getting angry at these other people for, if it's their choice? And that's a choice you have by saying, you want to take it, and because you want to eliminate the chance of death. And I support your right to do that based off whatever information you've gotten. And, and I think that people need to respect people that are strong and healthy, that believe in their immune systems, that don't think that way, that don't live in fear. I'm not saying that you're a bad person for living in fear, but I believe people have bought into a lot of this that don't have to. A super chat, the Z-Man 13. Thank you very much. Getting some good coffee money going here today, guys. Shout out to when Ryback said, "Hey, Kane, you forgot your nuts." That was the laugh. Hey, Kane, you forgot your nuts. I believe that was how it was. A little more intense than that, but. All right, guys, take it easy on the no spamming, guys. You get meat hooked and shell shocked down a pit of spikes if you spam. Yeah, see, this is another very good point. See, Cam, this is another problem with all of this. So I was forced to get the vaccine for my private school college. I willingly got it because I'm at a point where I want to go back to normal without wearing masks. And this is one of the problems with the restrictions and the things that never should have happened to begin with. And now they're holding that over people's head again, where a lot of people like you go, "Oh, I just don't want to deal with this again." And then you got the people that do that where they're getting angry because everyone's telling you guys, no, these people are why, guys, the non-vaccinated. And that's not the case. But they're distracting everybody from the truth of common sense and logic. And it's insane. And it's very easy to manipulate and persuade people because everyone has hate and negativity built up in them. And they've just directed at people when it's not the case. Good to see everybody joining. The question is, what about schools? So what about schools on that? I'm curious to what you have to say on that. I believe we have more viewers than Monday Night Raw right now, actually, guys, across all the platforms. We got a shout out to TikTok. We got almost 45,000 listeners the other night on TikTok. We do major numbers over there on that platform. That's why I stream in the show. We're typically, we get anywhere when the shows, we can get up to 80, 90,000 on some shows across all the platforms and podcast platforms per episode. So we do some solid numbers. Some of them like Twitter, Periscope. I think the last show got like 8,000 or 9,000 impressions with maybe I don't even know if it got 1,000 or 2,000 views because Twitter doesn't put out my stuff, which I'm working with. I had some conversations today with people trying to get this sorted and figured out. So what about people who work with elderly and sick? Should they be forced into getting vaccinated? So Jay, great question. So my question is, the people that are elderly and sick, they definitely should be vaccinated if the vaccines do exactly as stated and say there's no issues, which we don't know, but just say that's the best option. So they're vaccinated. People that are vaccinated can still spread the virus. But the people that are vaccinated, the virus isn't going to be any different transmitted from a non-vaccinated from a vaccinated person, right? So why, as long as those people are vaccinated, does the people working there need to be vaccinated if it's their choice not to? I think that's what I want to understand better. And also, for something with no long-term studies, it is not selfish to say, "Hey, I am not comfortable getting this." That does not make you a bad person. They are lying to people on that. Thank you, Matt Helms, for the super chat. Just throwing money at the big guy today. We got another super chat. Hatham Gruxton. Hatham Gruxton. That's a hell of a worker's name. I'm trying to want to see if I could do it, but I'm not gonna do an introduction. Save my voice. Glad to see you're doing your own thing. Just found your channel. Used to watch you back in WWE. Thank you very much, buddy. And I hope I will be returning. I'm hoping by the end of this year, with the time period, if we could get the scar tissue to break up in a couple areas of the shoulder, it's game on. And I've kept myself in shape, and it will be a very small turnaround time to be ring ready. So I essentially, once the shoulder is fully firing, I feel I will only need a few weeks to really, really get myself peak and ready, because I have everything here to just really amp it up, do 2 a days and get really, really ready, and incorporate the ring training and be ready to go. So hopefully you tune back in and watch the big guy dominate physical acting. I'm the most electrifying physical actor on the face of the planet. Thank you for finding me, though, buddy. A lot of fun and games over here, a lot of sarcasm as well. Yeah, I definitely want to be a face when I return, but I want to be a face that pisses people off and then people, I want to be the most polarizing man. That's why I've always said that. I don't know why I turned into a quick little rock mark right there, but I am the most polarizing man in physical acting or sports and entertainment, if we want to go that route. No, I've beaten the Great Khali in every match I've ever had against him. I'm undefeated against the Great Khali. He is a worthy opponent, though. He is a giant. And in all fairness, I did not fight him in his prime. Yeah, I'll block him right now. I just shell-shocked him for you. Shell-shocked him like I shell-shocked the Great Khali on Raw and marched around twice. Vince told me, I want you to march around twice. Not once. I want you to hold him up and show the people. True story. We'll go back and watch it. I marched around the ring twice with the Great Khali. I think Vince was pissed at the Great Khali and wanted him just to stay up there because he didn't like being picked up. Do you think Stone Cold could beat you? What year is Stone Cold? Stone Cold now or Stone Cold in his prime? We got to know. And my prime is coming up, so it's almost an unanswerable question. Oh, Vince does get into it. When he gets into it, he gets into it. You're one of the best wrestlers WWE has ever had. Thank you very much. I plan on being one of the greatest of all time when I'm back again, guys. I really do. I know this has been a hell of a journey, but I believe I am what wrestling is missing. I truly do. And I believe my energy brings the best out of everybody around me. But how dare you have confidence in yourself? Can't you just talk about how good everybody else is and kiss everybody else's ass? Like, oh, I'm really looking forward to this matchup tonight. Old Tom Fellow over there, he's a hell of a competitor, and I'm really looking forward to going out there and having a 5-star bell-to-bell matchup with him. I'm looking forward to the crowd really getting behind all my dives and my flips and all my stuff that I do, my 34 punches that I throw that doesn't even phase them. I can't wait to go out there and compete tonight on live TV and give it my all. Is that what you guys want? Or do you want a guy that's big, rugged, confident, and hungry to go out there and fuck people up in a working way? Physical acting. Yeah, I would definitely come to England for a signing. I do want to do more signings before I go back. We're waiting to work out the SummerSlam deal. I hope that goes through here to do one at a bar, a big signing that's a minute down the road from Allegiant Stadium, which could actually time out well. If I could sneak into the stadium and attack Goldberg during his match and cost him the match with Lashley, I could, and then we got the people that flyer all the cars. I can make a run for it and get to that bar. I'm not going to say the name of the bar so the police don't find me. Do a big signing after the show, and then give the people that are helping me the cash, and then the cops come arrest me eventually, which part of that will go to my bail, and then pocket the rest. Could work out to a very profitable night. I say that, and I hope that word gets. Ryback threatens to invade SummerSlam and attack Goldberg, and WWE has to give my image to cops to look out for me. No, Goldberg is not retired. He's 55 and still going strong. Ric Flair just posted a photo today with John Cena's drug dealer, Rob McIntyre, and they Flair's looking pretty damn good. Super chat, Ryback can take down the head of the table, Roman Reigns. Yeah, to quote Stone Cold Steve Austin, oh, hell yeah. Is that what you wanted? That wasn't my best Stone Cold, by the way. I'm amped up today. Got a lot of energy. This coffee. I've been very good. Thank you very much. It would be fair. Yeah, to be fair, you'd have more of a chance than Enzo. Oh, I'm confident I could take out the security. I would get shot. They would have to taser me and then probably shoot me. I think I could even fight through a taser for a good period, depending on where it lands. I'm kidding. I would never do anything like that. I am too busy. I would never. I don't need the attention to go there to do any of that. I did want to win the announcers contest just so they would be forced to have me go out there and announce the match, which I would do professionally. I'd get myself over, though. I was being sarcastic about the Cena drug dealer. Thank you very much, Ish Tucker. Very nice comment, man. I appreciate it greatly. What are the NXT rumors? I'm not familiar on what the NXT rumors are. I don't know if the WWE security have gun licenses. I don't recall ever seeing them with guns. Not to say that they don't. I just never recall ever seeing them with guns. I bet Vince has a gun in his office. I wouldn't be shocked if Vince didn't have a gun in his office just for an emergency. I just drink straight black coffee. Bro, honestly, NXT is better than Raw. I don't watch NXT. I've seen bits and pieces ever since they got on TV. I can't watch a lot of it. I'm not necessarily nothing against. I just I don't watch a lot of it. I watch mainly AEW, and I'll watch some matchups from Raw and SmackDown with certain guys, but I can't watch like the whole show. I usually turn commentary off on Raw and SmackDown. I actually watch the majority of the AEW show and listen to it, and because I'm more invested in understanding that show for my own personal reasons. So, and the other talent that are there and getting more familiar with their roster. Frank says, so the NXT rumors that they are going to dismantle Paul's current vision of NXT to make it more geared towards the original intention of a training minor league. That's their business decision, and I think that's fine. And I think they got the people in place. John Laurinaitis has a fantastic track record of hiring guys that look the part, that actually can go too. But this is where they went too heavy on that, where wrestling, and Cody made a good comment where AEW is like a buffet of talent. That's what pro wrestling does need to be. You can never go too heavy in one direction. But in history has shown the megastars all have looked a certain way and have an energy, but it's not just a look, it's an energy and an understanding of the business, psychology and move-wise, everything. Promo-wise, it's a total package deal on that. And what has happened is they started pushing guys based off the moves that they know. And that was it. And that to me is not the correct way. Now, there are guys that know a lot of moves that have good psychology, but I think that they are, my opinion on the NXT situation is Vince looks at that as a failure. It did not do its job, even though they said it was never to take away from AEW. It was. And it failed in doing that. AEW beat them in the ratings consistently. And I believe Vince, now the show, they moved it to another night. The ratings aren't that high. They're the least of the two shows, right? And that's maybe Vince's way, and that they want to now get the focus on bringing up guys and teaching them the WWE psychology, along with those guys that do a lot of moves and incorporating it in there. And you have some of those guys that do make it big with that. But I think they're changing the business model, because even though he's making more money on the back end, they're not making as much money in a lot of other ways. And I think with the ratings, and I think you have to look at everything overall, and it's a combination. But you always want an assortment. But what has happened is they neglected the big things, and you could sit there and, you know, it is what it is. Am I still in contact with Kalisto? He messaged me a while back. We'll talk, not a lot, but here and there. But I do we'll occasionally get a message or shoot him a message. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't buy too much into the guidelines. I think there's always they're looking for certain people for a period of time. Just as they were turning away bigger guys maybe for a period of time, and I don't know if that's a thing, but they were hiring shorter wrestlers. They have enough of those guys right now. And as a business, you need to market different variations of wrestlers. They already have guys like that. So they don't need to bring an influx of those guys in that they can't do anything with for the next 5 or 10 years, possibly. Right? So there's a business reason why they do that sort of thing. And they always go through cycles of that. They did it multiple times when I was there. It's all part of the game. Is the Finish It branch chain amino acid better pre, intra, or post workout? I tend to do mine. I do two servings in between my morning meal and my post workout shake, and then I do another 2 servings between the last meal I had and my last meal going to bed, or with my last meal. But you could do, I think, post, if you're going to just take it once a day, post workout. Thank you very much, Internet Gangster. I saw you when Nexus made their debut invading Raw. Good times in Miami. I will never forget that. We're going to go ahead and shell shock this guy. Don't worry, guys. You don't even have to comment on the guys spamming. I will get them. I get them all. Do you agree that The Miz is the greatest promo cutter of all time? I don't believe that there's a greatest in any particular category. I think fans are obsessed with thinking somebody's the greatest when there's many greats, and anybody on any given night could have the greatest promo for that night. And it's very hard. I think Miz is a very consistent superstar, and I've had nothing but great things to ever say about him. I think Miz's greatest trait is he's very consistent. And he works very hard, and he's very consistent. Don't miss my throwback up above. Thank you very much, buddy. I am friends with Wade Barrett. Yes, I am. Stu Bennett. I don't listen to a ton of punk rock music. I'm not against it at all. I talk about the Bray Wyatt release. It's on the Saturday's podcast. It's actually in the title of the Ryback Show. Check that out in the archives. It's on the beginning of the show. We talk about that. What else do we got going on? Let's see. We have any good questions over on Instagram or TikTok today? Thank you very much for calling me a legend. That's greatly appreciated. Look forward to being back. As always, this show is brought to you guys by Feed Me More Nutrition, available on feedmemore.com. You can save 20% with discount code Ryback Show 20, Ryback Show 20 on feedmemore.com. Ryback, would you go back with Natalia if you had to? I don't know what that means. I love Randy Orton. Me and Randy have always gotten along very well. Got some weird ass questions tonight. I'm the go. I think that meant goat, but thank you. I'll take go also. That's a good question, Alex, on wrestling. What is the best advice you've been given from a legend in terms of business and in-ring psychology? So a couple things come to mind. Something I learned through Deep South Wrestling from Bill DeMott and Chris Benoit confirmed it for me when he came down and worked with us, and I got to work with Chris individually, was on intensity and cardio conditioning, on having the energy bell to bell, and that through variations of exercises that really, really allowed me to become successful in my career, especially after I got a really thorough understanding of conditioning on that. So that's why I feel I have an intensity that in getting to actually experience that with Chris Benoit in the ring, I had a good gauge of seeing what turning it on was like very early on in my career, that I was able to also replicate in my own way. But conditioning, that's why I say conditioning creates confidence to go out there and to do great things. Also, a very simple thing that always has done me well in tag matches, though, was Ricky Steamboat teaching me very early on how to work the apron, that I see a lot of guys not able to do. And because I think a lot of people get worried about getting tired, but it's about showing emotion and being invested in the match and watching and then looking at the people and being concerned. And I always felt like I did a solid job at that. And I got that from Ricky. And I always felt like when it was on a hot tag, was able to get the crowd chanting, because Ricky, like, I would get Feed Me More chants going if they weren't happening naturally. It was very easy just to make eye contact and look at somebody and start kind of moving my hand like the Feed Me More thing. And that person would start doing the Feed Me More where I didn't necessarily have to do it right on my own is glaring. But there would be times where I would get with it and try to get it louder, doing it with them, working that apron to get that hot tag to go in there and then take that energy and transfer it into the ring. And I got that from Steamboat. Great question. Another super chat. Thoughts on Brock Lesnar? I love Brock. Brock is done amazingly well for himself. Super successful guy. I always got along with him very well, and I hope he comes back at some point. I think he elevates the business with him in it, and the people around him. Let's see what else we got going on. I'm not too familiar with the Bronson Reed guy. I don't know anything about that. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of NXT, and that's nothing against anyone. That's just I don't. There's only so much time, and I watch what I need to watch. So, but I don't know why anyone got released on that end. Yeah, no drinking to steel reserves. My alcohol intake is very low right now. Have a good night, buddy. Thank you very much for joining. Seeing if we got any other good questions here, guys. Portugal, what's going on? TikTok, what do we got? We got any good questions over on TikTok tonight, guys? Let's get that TikTok subscriber count, follower count even higher. Yeah, apparently there's some people that watch a lot of porn that think I look like Johnny Sins. That's always funny to me because you give yourself away of how much porn you actually watch. But it is, and it is what it is. But I would say Johnny Sins maybe looks like Ryback. I was Ryback before he was Johnny Sins. But I think there's probably about 100 and something pounds between the two of us. Thank you, Savrick. Thank you. I just try to live my best life, my man. Johnny Sins Wrestling Step Bro Plat. It's odd that men have favorite male porn star actors, kind of. I have not had any paranormal things. I always heard when we were in SummerSlam in LA, we were at a very old hotel one year, and supposedly there was a situation, I'm not going to name the name, of one of the wrestlers and his family checked out of the hotel because they saw a ghost and their kids were talking to them, and like it was supposedly pretty bad. They checked out and got their own hotel, and they were very I had no reason not to believe them. They very reputable people, and I just go, whoa. I did not have that incident there though myself. No. So does it ever insult you when a crowd chants, dumbingly chants, "You can't wrestle"? No, because they don't know what they're talking. That chant doesn't exist to begin with, and it's professional wrestling in the context of there's many different styles, and I excel at my style that I choose to wrestle as. There's no right or wrong in pro wrestling. So that chant, which by the way, it just engages them even more. And I dare you to find another guy that was there that engaged the crowd as much, whether it was good or bad. And usually babyface, if anything was ever negative, they would turn it around very quickly. And they were making noise always. So even when you didn't want them to. And I think that's a testament to having the energy. But yeah, if you say they were chanting it during that in the Kalisto match, I'd go, well, at what point in that match did that warrant that? And in what match ever did it warrant it? You can't. There's nothing. Never did I ever go out there and not know what I was doing. Did I ever not look like I didn't know what I was doing? No, because I know what I'm doing and I'm very confident. So the chant simply doesn't exist. It's just people that think that who can't do it, they can't wrestle. And they're insecure about it and they get mad. I'm a good looking guy that's jacked, way more jacked than they're ever going to be. That's had success. that's also vegan. There's multiple things working against me. So what? They're not my people. They'll still buy the stuff or they'll come to see me and we're going to make money off of them. Thank you very much. Yeah, a lot of people get confused by this. So you're one of the few huge guys who didn't work stiff, and having that physical moveset really shows how safe you were. No, thank you. And I think that's one thing, the biggest misconception with the people, and it's anybody that's ever worked, they know. And I take great pride. I think it is a skill to be able to look like you are without doing it, which the people watching then say, oh, you're unsafe. And then the one guy that went out and said that, who used to complain about everyone, by the way, for the most part when he was there, like, it is what it is. I like Dominic Mysterio. I think he has a very promising career, and I'm very happy that he's had success at a very early age. And he's obviously, being around the business and having your father be Rey Mysterio, you're getting, amazing advice, probably nonstop. So I see nothing but great things from him in his future and now. Yeah, no, I will be keeping the Ryback name. It's my legal name. They can't stop me from using it. I'm simply taking it away from them. And the trademark process should be over January, February of next year. So it's coming up very soon. I've clean sweeped them of everything. I haven't lied about anything. I've beat them at everything other than them suppressing certain social media accounts, which we are working on getting that fixed. You guys, I'm going to ask that you don't spam. You just get blocked when you spam. Let's see. Seeing if we have any other good questions before we wrap up tonight. Yeah, I love the Nexus guys. All great guys. I talk to Wade and Heath the most. I feel like I got popcorn in my teeth. If you want to increase your body weight, you got to look at a basal metabolic rate calculator online. You got to increase your foods, your quality of food over a consistent period of time. Be very consistent with it. And I'm always going to advise in weight training. And again, that 4 to 6 rep range is really, really a rep range I've had major success with in building size and strength. Have I ever thought about joining the commentary group when retired? I do think I would excel and do very, very well at commentary. It is not something I've been interested in doing because my goal is to come back as a wrestler, and I feel that will take away from it if I come back and do commentary prior. It's just how I feel, and which is why I've not had any interest or even I've not thrown anything. I don't want to return until I'm back and doing what I do. Vegas is still hot, but it definitely is a little better than it was. The weather will be getting really nice pretty quickly around here. There's hot days, but as we get closer to September it's usually one of the best times of the year here. All right, you guys. With that, I appreciate all your time and energy this evening. We got to wrap up. I got to get a few things done and get the dogs out as well for their little nightly walk, or else the little guy's pissed at me. So let's have a great evening, guys. Check out Feed Me More Nutrition on feedmemore.com. Save 20%, discount code Ryback Show 20 on there. We got a lot of great stuff for men and women. Check that out. Our Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner is our best seller, and the Wake Up Unlimited Energy and the Big Guy Testosterone Libido Booster are also great sellers for us as well. All the products work exceptionally well and do what the label says. Check them out, guys. Have a great evening. Stay hungry. Feed me more.